today because I kind of played around with my camera setup here. And today is Redemption Day. Redemption for New Year's, yes. So the swipe I did last time, and I'm getting some of these thumb things, these big, put up on the bottom of the canvas. The swipe we did last time was too dark. I swiped with thick black paint over the top. And so the color itself, it's not bad. I mean, you can see the purples and the oranges and everything in here. I really should have torched this thing. And then when they're, hi, whoever just came in, hello. Hello, how are you doing, Pamela? There was some little thingy here that I knew I could paint in. Hey, Pam. I got two Pams in here, Pamela and Pam and Michelle. Yeah, I'm talking about doing a redemption swipe, guys, because, I mean, this is not bad, but I made the typical rookie mistake, and all of us, if you haven't played in a while, can be a rookie. I think at least my confession is, this I had too much paint on it, and the resin one I did, which turned out really strange because of all the reactions of that paint that, hi there, hey, Marjorie Barnes, hi from Tennessee. I mean, here, let me turn this over. The resin one's kind of interesting. It's weird, like I said. Like putting the metallics directly onto the resin almost made these little crunchy crystals. Hey, Judy, how you doing? Hey there, sugar britches. So this almost looks like little crystals. I don't know if I duplicated that again, but as I started thinking about the reaction, had I actually mixed the purely pigment metallics in the resin, it would have reacted as if I'd put alcohol ink in resin. I mean, this is a varnish base and alcohol is alcohol, but there still would have been some kind of chemical reaction had I not just dropped it straight into the resin, but of course I was dying to see what happens. And it looks like these little fractured crystals that if resined over it would be interesting. That black I had, I hope that black was just a sample from a company for me to actually make a black paint with. It wasn't meant to be used straight. Hey there. Thank you. Hey, everybody about their orders, just be patient with us. There's a lot of stuff going on. And normally in business, I don't talk about any of the personal behind the scenes stuff, but our marketing manager, Andy's wife, who's our shipper, she had to go to the hospital New Year's Eve for her sugar, and she's not back home yet. And she was the one who was building those beautiful gifts for you guys. So the family, you know, the daughters jumped in and helped. It's a whole family that works for me. They got together and got it done. He's got a bunch of stuff prepped and ready to go probably tomorrow. But I hate to keep talking about these little delays, but then with the holidays and Christmas and blah, blah, blah. But no matter what you say, hey, Sonia. I talked to Sonia on the phone today, by the way, if it's Sonia Young. Anyway, this was interesting as far as a test piece. If I was to do it differently, just to try putting the metallics actually in its own little resin and dropping it in, because I'd still get a reaction, right? But all in all, both these pieces was, in my humble opinion, just a regular rookie mistake, way too much paint. I was really worried how this one was going to dry. But because, hey, Sherry, I didn't use any water. I didn't use any pouring medium glue, any of that stuff. I just used the vivid enamel and the varnish. This thing was dry in less than 24 hours. So I could cover it up, but I kind of want to start fresh today. Some of the same colors I used last time I will. But I have some colors out. I have a 16 by 20 canvas. Crossing fingers. Thank you so much, Sonia. Crossing fingers that I haven't picked too big of a surface to be able to show on my camera setup here. Now, last time I was struggling with this wipe and I grabbed my old plastic from last time, but I went digging through my tools. And this is a really interesting tool. I probably found it on Amazon a couple years ago. It's got that silicone coating, which means this could be used in resin. But if you do it this way, when you're swiping, the tendency would be to push down. If you flip it over and you're just simply letting gravity and you drag it, I think I'm gonna get a better pull. I also have the famous spatula that Erica from Artist Till Death uses. Priscilla Betzel from Expressionist Studio lives and dies by this thing. But because it has silicone on it, you can also use these in resin. I know Erica does. So let's have a go. I feel like I started a little late, and I've got to make up some white cell activator. Had a few things happen that got me here late today. I apologize. But at least my table's all cleaned up and pretty for you guys to look at. Is Saskia here? Saskia's in the house. So does everybody know how to make a cell activator? I'm not trying to bore you guys, but for those that don't, it's 1 part paint, 3 parts Australian Floetrol, if you're going to use that recipe. And it's, here's a cup that'll give me some measurements. And there are brands that are recommended. Amsterdam and Golden are known paints that will react beautifully and give you what you want. Since the whole class launched, there's lots of other brands, and I'm sure there's plenty of, hey there, hi from Minnesota. I'm sure there's plenty of cell activator experts out there that know how to do this, but I still get asked every day, you know, how do I make a cell activator? Yes, I'm banging my white upside down. I just realized I only have a little bit left, and I kind of wanted to use it on my edges. So I'm squirting out some of this Amsterdam titanium white into my cup. This is what lives are all about, kiddos. And then we'll throw in some of our Australian Floetrol. So hopefully everybody had a good New Year's. It's 2024, man. It's 2024. And I am hopeful, very, very hopeful, that this is going to be the best year ever for all of us. Hey, I heard gas prices are down under $3 a gallon some places. I don't know if that's that way here in California, but that makes me happy to hear. Anything that's going to help us get back on track. What am I going to make? So I'm doing a redemption swipe, Saskia. I'm mixing up some Amsterdam titanium white and Floetrol because I want that Australian Floetrol. I want that on my edges. So I've got a 16 by 20 canvas. Yeah, but everybody's hearing me meander here. It's already been 9 minutes into this feed. And I just realized I didn't have enough of this made. You certainly don't want me mixing it up after I get the colors made. That's when we've got to dump it on the canvas, right? I'm also going to try to make a cell activator. I want this color. A redemption swipe. So I had done a swipe, too much paint out of it, came out too dark. We're going to do a redemption swipe, right? It's all about redemption. I was walking through my house after that event, and I got swipes all over my walls, but you guys would never know it. And so that's the thing. If you get out of practice and then you go back and start playing, don't get down on yourself. Come on, you're out of practice. This takes practice, especially the fluid art movement. I mean, seriously, it's all about feel and consistency and how much paint and what did you put in it and chemical reactions. So be kind to yourself. If, you know, like me, I've been in a dry spell for so long, just be chill. I got white paint on me already, and I was going to start with clean hands. Okay, so my colors today, it's just paint and Floetrol, right? That's all that's in the, it's right, that's all that's in the cell activator, Judy, is just the Amsterdam titanium white. Okay, this is a little bit big, and so I'm gonna have to pull this camera forward here just so you can see the color mixing part. I did have a glass spinner on here, the one that Saskia turned me on to, but it kept knocking down my backboard. There's not enough room up here to put that small spinner on there. Yeah, there's no Gelsonium in the cell activator, okay? And then I got my, oh, no. Don't tell me this happened again. You know, that's one thing I gotta say about that enamel. It wants to seal everything shut. Oh, here we go. That's right. I had some poured out in the cup from the last one. Here I have some poured out in the cup from last time. We'll be able to use that. Yay. Okay, so I've got primary elements here. I'm going to use Blue Grotto. I am going to use the Autumn Leaf again, okay, like I did in the last one. And a color called Rhapsody Rose. This is so beautiful. And then we're going to use some PrizmPour Pink Diamond and some of the Dancing Fuchsia that I used in that last one. Everybody fell in love with that color combination. So let's get mixing on these. Let's see, find my paddles here and get my paddles here. So let's take our magic spoons, and I'm gonna do, because this is a slightly larger canvas, I think I'm gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of color. Remember, this is a 16 by 20, right? Yeah, let's hope, sweetheart. Yeah, that Blue Grotto is really gorgeous. It's so sparkly. I wanted to put some opalite in it, but if I do that, it's going to blow everybody's mind. So I think I'm going to do an opalite on its own just so you can see it. But you may think I'm ruining the, putting a little bit of varnish in each one of these cups, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon's worth. I'll show you guys in a minute. I know I'm kind of getting around here. So there is the Blue Grotto. I think that's in the frosted sort. No, what set was that in? I can't remember. Somebody tell me what set Blue Grotto's in. This is Autumn Leaf, which we have sold for almost 27 years. That's one of the original colors I ever made. Took me forever to make that color too, by the way. Oh, these little spoons. Yeah, you can find them on Amazon. I actually like the little oblongy shape. There's a round one, pure round ones, and they're $7.99. I know, I need to put it up on my description. I'll be honest, guys, when I get off of the lives, I just flop in a chair and I'm exhausted, and I know I need to go that extra mile, right? Speaking of extra miles, I just have to say something. And I sent a proof to Judy yesterday, and then a few of you this morning, where there is now a page dedicated on the website that says Learn from Leslie. Now, if somebody comes up with a better name for that, that's fine. I think once the name ColorPlay takes off, we can say ColorPlay Live and people will know to go in there. But every video that's been posted in these lives, and I couldn't believe how many there are, I built that page yesterday myself. I finished it at 1, I got up at 1 o'clock this morning to finish it for you all before I did the email campaign. Thank you very much, Janelle. So you guys go peek at it. I asked Judy what she thought about the colors and the typo and the layout, and I sent it to a few people that I had you on my messenger just to get some feedback to see if it read okay. Also, reviewing the Purely Pigments is actually down in just the regular review section. And thank you very much, Sonia Young, for writing such a gorgeous review about us. But okay, now you got to see what's happening. This is crazy. Okay, I just put all these colors in the cup. And if you ever wonder what colors it takes to make brown, look at this before I stir it. Do you see the green? I love the name ColorPlay. Do you see the green in there? That's autumn leaf starting to blow up in that varnish. And if you wonder if brown is made with yellow, green, and blue, I still get excited when I see this stuff react. Can't help myself. Okay, so in the blue grotto, I was gonna do opalite. But I think I'm going to do a separate cup of just opalite because that is such a pretty color. I don't want to ruin it. I think I'm just going to continue on with where it's at, you know, how sparkly and blue it is. And maybe, because it looks like it's all blue, we can get away with, I'll put some green in it, like a little green diamond. We'll give it a little extra something, something. Let's give it a little extra something, something, shall we? It is going to make it more turquoise because we know what the interference does. Even the bigger ones, it bends the light, changes the way you see that color. Okay. And the autumn leaf, I already have it picked out here. What was I going to do? Sparkle violet. You wouldn't know it, but there's actually violet already in that autumn leaf. I just want to bring up some more of that violet in there. I just love, this is so much fun. Can I just say? Now, Rhapsody Rose looks like a straight, oh, you know what? It's got some blue in there. It could benefit from a little bit of that. Where's that Angelwings color? I had it right here. I had it right here. I did not realize, you know, even though I made all these are my children, I did not realize when I pulled the Rhapsody Rose, there's blue in that. So let's encrust. Yeah, you're right. Hey there, Taz. If you go right to the website, at the very top of the navigation menu, it says Learn from Leslie. It's pretty basic. It's right above atop the shop of the shop button. Okay. Now, just for grins and giggles, because I've mentioned the opalite, and you guys have probably never seen me mix it on camera. This is a mica blend. There is no added color to this. These are the 4 opal colors. I call them opal colors. They're a special mineral, and it kind of has a gray cast to it until you add color to this. And then, see, that's the 16th. I'm going to need a couple of these. I should grab the 8th. All right. Let's mix these babies up. See, I've got everything else out of the way. All right, they're all going to get a couple scoops, a couple paddles worth of our Vivid Enamel to turn it into an actual paint. And because we're using a cell activator, you know, we want them to react. So that's the trick with this whole bloom/prism, whatever the cell activator reaction is. It's supposed to have enamel, varnish, and Australian Floetrol in order to work. It's kind of the key to this thing, to the chemistry of it. Okay, there's some people talking, but I can't, I'm looking down on my table, making sure I'm doing my business here. Okay, so the opalite, like I said, looks really strange at first, kind of grayish. But when another color hits this, I'm probably going to put a color in here like the lagoon, maybe a turquoise. Oh, that's pretty juicy, Leslie. What did you do? Hi there, Epiphany Creations. How you doing, honey? Well, I may need more enamel in here. I think I got a little heavy-handed with the varnish. Look at that blue grotto. And I put that Angelwings blue in there to really just pop that blue out. So you see, even though the Angelwings looks grayish like this, popped right out. It's going to magnify whatever color it gets mixed into. That's just the nature of the beast. Come on, spoons. I'm in love with Autumn Leaf. Been in love with this color since the day we made it. It's still hands down probably the top selling color for the company. It just is. Yeah, I think I went a little heavy-handed on the varnish because my mix is a little bit thinner than normal. Let's see how this one does. I thought I eyeballed a good... Oh, this is the one that has the angel wings. The blue grotto, I think I stuck the blue or the green and I went straight up. Yeah, this one has that blue. Okay, I'm gonna put a paddle of worth in all of them. I'm getting that too thin of a mix, which means I may have to go and open up my can again. I forgot to open up that jar before we started. And this happened to me last time. Yeah, these colors are really, really pretty. I've got just enough to squeak some extra, but I don't want to take any chances of not having what I need. Man, I spent an hour on this table getting it set up. I can't believe I didn't double check this. Sorry, trying to find something to open up my can here. I have this huge container. Well, what are you gonna do, Leslie? Well, come on, open up. It's giving me trouble. It's only because I cannot put this big of container up on this table, guys. I apologize. And I promise I'll fix that jar. Drives me crazy to not be prepared. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got what we need. Yeah, these are looking too runny. And the last thing you want, you would start with a regular. Yeah, you could. You're right, Mandy. But then maybe grab one diamond, one sparkle, just to check it out. Not with, you don't have to get all three of them, all three sets, but yeah, there's Saskia giving her. Yeah. Now, Mandy loves to do combos, man. She's, we've talked on the phone so many times about her combinations. She'll do like interference red and sparkle gold or sparkle violet or interference violet. And I'm sure she's got more color combinations since then, since we talked. If you wonder what I'm doing, I'm having trouble getting my gloves back on. This is what when I put it up on the website, I said there's unforeseen things that happen. The ones in her video today were killer. Yeah, red and sparkle gold. Yeah, I can't explain why, but our interference gold is really beautiful. I think it's just how many coatings that company puts on there, We try to buy the best quality we can. I normally don't change my gloves, but I got a bunch of stuff on me. Okay, here we go. They need another paddle each. They're just too thin. And this is a 16 by 20, but I'm trying to be really careful and not use too much paint, at least on the canvas. I can always have some left over, right? You can always add more, but you can't take too much away. Okay. And then I promised myself we'd be playing with one of these metallics. So we're just going to do the metallic in straight varnish, and we'll be drizzling that on. Hopefully get a really nice reaction. Hey, Catherine, you didn't miss much except me trying to mix stuff on camera and talk about redemption. Yeah. I just really felt that, you know, looking at all my pieces around the house, I know what we're capable of, right? I'm gonna get this a little closer to me. I'm having trouble drawing this up. I still have trouble with these droppers. I'm learning to be a dropper person. If I could find another way to dispense this, the Purely Pigment matte have to be in glass. It's possible that someday the metallics may go in something that we can put a better dispenser top on, because they don't need to go in glass. Even though glass is the, oh, there we go. Now we got plenty. I had no problem with that shot, did I? I wanted a really good shot of it. Now it's working. Okay. And I don't know. I don't want to put anything else in this. I know in theory I'm supposed to. Okay. I'll put one paddle in just to give it a tiny bit of body. I know I'm breaking all the consistency rules, but this is just so pretty. And I know the enamel will dry clear. Okay, last color, and this is a repeat from last time. And if Miss Hazel's watching, she's in love with that dancing fuchsia when I mixed it with the PrizmPour. That's a heavy, pardon me? No, this is the straight enamel for the swipe. No, this had no, now, if you were smart, if I were smart, there'd be a tiny bit of gel medium in there, but this last batch, that swipe dried so nice that I'm feeling confident, right, that my patterns are going to hold, that I'm not going to need that gel to hold it up. But you make a very good point. You make a very good point. So let's add some of this dancing fuchsia to this. Whew. There's a little shot. Is destined to be at your house. Yeah, it's gonna be on its way soon, I promise. Those of you that didn't miss what happened, and actually, you know Sylvia, Mandy, she's in the hospital right now. So she could use some of your love and attention. And you know what I mean by that. She's, her sugar kind of went off the charts New Year's Eve. And so that's actually slowing down some of the process at work. Sugar, they were going to try to send her home like on the 1st, and she's still there. I mean, she's not in ICU anymore, but we're a little worried about her. And so everybody, it was her project to make you guys, all you guys' pretty gifts. And everybody had to kind of jump in. I called her husband. I said, have you got your gifts? He goes, no. I said, well, you better get everybody else on there to help you. All right, so they're done almost. But you just don't talk. When you have a business, it's not a good idea to talk, because then it sounds like, you know, you're making some kind of excuse. And in business, there is no excuse. But we are human beings. And stuff happens. And I got to say, see my face when I see this. We hand make everything in California. If you know how unusual it is nowadays to hand make, boutique fill, hand make all of these colors. It's an undertaking, and some people think I'm a little out of my mind because I didn't put any varnish. That's why this seems thick. I'm mixing up that PrizmPour. But yeah, we hand make. It's all boutique handmade filling. Oh, you have got to see this. Let's hope the light catches this. What powder in the air? Is there powder in the air behind me? Okay. Now, I caught a beautiful glimmer of blue on this. Can you see the blue in that? I added interference blue. So this is a PrizmPour pink diamond, a healthy 5 or 6 drops of the dancing fuchsia. See that blue? And I put some interference blue and sparkle blue in that. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. That is just, I'm loving what that dancing fuchsia did to the pink. I mean, this is just taking the pink diamond to, of course, I just dropped some on the table as I'm getting all excited. Let me drop the stick. Okay, now I've wasted enough time. I'm now gonna get on with my redemption swipe. I feel like I'm missing, I've got 2 things that are pinky here. I did not realize my Rhapsody Rose. I almost need some kind of, I need another blue to break this up. So that's the Lagoon. See what I got over here. Oh, I know what I have over here. Abra, the eggplant. The famous aubergine eggplant. This will break it up. This will break it up really nice. Okay, so a little bit of varnish. This is the metallic though, remember, this is the metallic. It's not in the regular matte set. Ooh, that's pretty. That's that color that we know Mandy's gonna like. She loves her eggplants. I think we need a paddle with some color in there. Okay, I mean the enamel. Sorry, I put a little enamel in there. You know, that's okay, but it looks a little drab to me. I know eggplant's supposed to be like that. I wonder what happens if I add a little bit of this fluorescent purple, because I can. Yeah, you know I was going to do something like that, right? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Now, Vivid Intense, the difference is full bottle of this is about 26 mils of 100% pure color in the 30. Flute acrylics, which are like same concentration as some inks. Not all inks are as strong as flute acrylics, and Matisse makes it, Golden makes them, several companies make flute acrylics. This is about 3 mils of color to an ounce. But sometimes you only want to add just a dash, right? You don't necessarily want to like kill it. You know, like 1 drop of that hollyberry red. Who was telling me that yesterday? They were using the hollyberry red in the resin, and they couldn't believe how beautiful it came out. You know, let's put some more of this fluorescent purple in here. I don't think I put enough in there. There we go. Now let's see what we got happening here. So this is fluorescent purple. This is the metallic. I still think it needs a pop of something. I'm gonna go blue because it's got such a blue cast to it. I sure got a lot of purples and blues up here. Just to keep accentuating what I'm seeing in this, it's just, as soon as I put that in there, it didn't look like it fit the rest of the colors. And so I'm trying to find that final color that's gonna pop on the canvas. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Oh yeah, That interference blue just takes it right back to where you want it. Okay. Is it? Am I gonna paint too? Yeah, there's actually a canvas here. I think I'm getting nervous and avoiding the fact that it's coming up on us right now. We gotta do this, okay? So I really wanted to show if I could make, I'm moving these colors to the right here to kind of get out of the way so we can get on with the painting. But I have a white cell activator made. I also wanted to see, just because we haven't proven it, but let's see. Come on, baby, squeeze for me. Yeah, the canvas is back there. It's there. Now that's quite a bit of paint, but I want to actually try to make a cell activator out of that. See if it works. It should. I know I could take the white I just mixed, put a drop of Vibrant Aqua in it, and don't think I might not do that too, but I just wanted to include this because we've got so many pinks and browns and stuff. It looks like we're really missing something here in the color layout. And again, I'm getting nervous because the last time I tried to do a swipe and do this, boy, did we make a mess. All right, so let's get all my jars out of the way. Anything that could be dumped over out of the way. Get all these paints. I didn't finish mixing them all up. There's that opalite. This is the blue grotto with the extra paddles in there, but still very, very, very sparkly. Yeah, I think I put the blue in there. I just went with the straight. When I say play it straight, it's like blue on blue on blue or pink on pink on pink, you know, or if it's kind of the opposite. Okay. So I also put some silicone in every one of my colors last time. I'll do one so you can see what I did. How did I become a colorist? Wow. That's an interesting question. It developed over time, to be honest. Okay, I'm just dipping my bamboo screw in here and it's pulling off 2 to 3 drops of silicone. And I'm gonna do silicone, guys. I like what silicone does to my paints. I'm very old school. Yeah, there is a bio, but and it says, you know, she started the old school way, but you know, I came up with the idea for my first product and went on the road traveling with Kat Runge. It took me to Australia, which was kind of cool, right? That first couple years. But she and I would sit in the hotel room and talk about color. And she had her degree. She ended up putting her art degree into professional costume design. And her husband was part of the original troupe of the Muppets, right? Really cool family. And so we'd sit and just talk about color. Somebody else might find that conversation boring, but we discuss, you know, what goes with what complements what, you know, how to make this, how to make that. And I just became so passionate about it. It went beyond just the first product that I made. Suddenly, you know, I wanted to why do you think there's 314 colors of primary elements? Because I don't like mixing colors. Actually, I have an addiction to mixing colors, and that's why I'm being told we have to cut 150 of them out. And just to make room so we can pour a watercolor line, which we'd like to start having ready in spring. So, hey, Terry, welcome home. So, yeah, there's that. But I don't know. I just started making them, and then all the nuances like yellow, red, and blue make 2.1 million colors. Imagine adding the nuances of the interferences. and then your iron oxide, and then your color coded. Hey, Evelyn, I need to win the lottery too. Anyway, all right, enough is enough. I've got to see if this is going to work. I think I'm going to use this to spread my white on each of the edges, right? And then, yeah, I was going to bring syringes in here today, but they're in the other room. So we're going to do this the old school way, dribbling it on the old school way. And I'm going to have to stand up to do this. So you guys is going to have to bear with me while we flip this camera over and get this going. Well, you have every color that I've played with so far. Well, you're a collector, Terry. We kind of already know that about you. At least I do. I know you love color. A lot of us love color. But you have built up your stash over time. You and Fairy Art Mother, you know, you guys have been buying from me for years. It's not like you just suddenly did it, right? So let's see, how far forward will this let me go? About to here, okay? And I have some of the original white made. Bear with me, guys. Trying to do an actual physical piece during a live with my limited camera, and the camera's right in the way where I'm talking. This is a challenge for me, but I'm willing to take it on. So I'm moving stuff out of the way. You can't see me doing this, but I'm moving stuff completely out of the way so I don't knock it over. Because if I have to swing this thing around, I'm not dumping a big thing of paint in front of all y'all. Just as I said that, I dropped a little bit of Blue Grotto in my foot. So there you go. All right. So I'm going to put the white on each in here. Last time I put the white down after I had my colors in there, and I swore this time I was going to have the white down, so I had some kind of guide here, some kind of guardrail, right? All right, so let's get this. Yeah, now Priscilla, if she was here, she'd be proud to see me use this thing. Erica too. Both her and Erica Bauer from Artist Till Death use this thing to death. I still have to learn, but it's interesting. It does spread it nicely. It really does. It spreads it nicely. I feel like I can get it on nice and even without much trouble. Good on me. Well, this is what I was worried about. I'm right-handed, so my instinct's going to want to do this from the right side again. This is the stuff you don't see in people's videos. When you come on, they've already got their white out. Sometimes they tilt it. I've seen them do it. They'll tilt it out. Now, an old school swipe means the whole thing is not completely covered, okay? You're not doing what they call a flood coat. I'm putting the white on the edges here where I want the color to run into the white. Now, here's the white I just mixed up. This is paint, right? Well, this is actually a white cell activator. This is Amsterdam titanium white mixed with Australian Floetrol. Swipes we did in 2017, we used silicone and American Floetrol. And I got a pretty decent reaction to the Australian in that test we did. But again, I had too much paint on my canvas. Okay, so off-center swipe. See if I can put some kind of line down here. So I've got a guidance here. I don't want it dead center, right? And then the other thing I promised myself, boy, standing up is hard. You guys know I had knee replacement surgery, so I'm giving you all the love I've got here, guys. So I'm actually going to pull some of the color down. Instead of having them go on top of one another, you know how we normally go the side to side and then swipe over the colors? Come on, baby. Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Let me in there. Too many people, what we normally do is everybody layers it this way and then you roll over it. But then the color doesn't really draw up and down, right? Where here I feel like I can take some of this color and really have it make, you know, where I see this beautiful autumn leaf brown. Okay. So then what's next? So I've got two pinks here. I've got this rhodamine. Can you see it all? I guess you can. I swear I'm going to bring my syringes next time because I was going to put a syringe down. Okay, so let's go a little bit up here. Whoops. Well, that's going to make that interesting. We'll have a little tail on that one, right? They call this intuitive painting. Is that what they call this? All right. So I wished I'd made more of this. And because it's my piece, this is the color. I wish I'd made more of this. And because this is my piece, and we are doing it live, I'm actually going to make more right now. Squirt of varnish, a couple paddles. Can't find my little mixing paddle here. It's here somewhere. I probably got it in the thing to already rinse it off. But I just want to make sure I got enough of this color, because we got a lot of brown, we've got a lot of purples and hot pinks, but there's only one blue and then that varnish color. Okay, so now I feel better. Now I have some blue I can play with. This is what my brain wanted me to do today. Okay, let me sit a second and look at this. I think some of this I can do by sitting down now that I've got my colors started. What needs a lot of color? You need a lot of color? Last time I had too much color on the canvas, Terry. I'm trying to make sure that we don't overdo it this time and spread it out, right? Because if you have the big piles in and the paint's not spread out, right, then you end up with this big puddle in the middle. Last thing I want. Okay, so we got this purple that we did. Not much. I think it'll be quite pretty, kind of running up some of this blue right down the line of the blue. Hope you guys can still see what I'm doing. Let me go all the way in there. Okay, so what do you think of my mess so far? Okay, fine. Sitting here mucking around with color. Yeah, I like them all. Again, this is what I would do off camera, and you would cut this part out when the filming, literally taking the time to carefully spread the paint. And if you do that, you don't waste it, right? I've got these little shovels that come with our kits. I take the time and just kind of gently spread this. I don't have to pile more paint on to fill in that hole. There we go, see? There's plenty of paint here. Well, I'm still learning to see what you can see while I'm doing this. I'm trying really hard to stay out of the camera for you. By the way, swipes are hands down my favorite thing to do. So this is a total labor of love, you guys. You see a little brown here. Let's get this autumn leaf spread out. Oh, so far so good. You guys are still able to see me. Let's see if we got a little bit of this left in the cup. I can't believe there's 27 people on it. We're still into 50 minutes. Thank you very much for you guys' support for watching. This is crazy nuts. I don't know, would you call this a vertical swipe? Certainly not a horizontal swipe. But I just find that the colors, if they're not necessarily rolling all over on one another, they seem to be more pronounced. Okay, so there's my autumn leaf. I think that's the rest of the dancing fuchsia pink diamond. We've got a tiny bit more of our blue grotto. This could stand to be spread out here. I see comments. What? You can't see my painting? What can you see? What are you saying? You can see the painting or you can't see the painting? Now, this is where I want to like spin it around just to make sure, because I'm trying to stretch to get to this side. Make sure there's good coverage over here. I don't want to wreck this thing because I'm in a hurry and I'm nervous because I'm on a live. If I was at home, I'd be just, I mean, I am at home, but if I was just doing this for myself, I'd be taking my time filling it all in. Any New Year resolutions, anybody? I can't see what they said. I can't read anybody's comments since it's exactly live and I look up and see it, Miss Terry. The monitor thing, we still haven't got that all figured out yet, sadly. On Friday, when I had it ready to go and set up the live in advance and went into the scheduled live, Google kicked me out of YouTube, and I'm just didn't have time to sit and fight with that today, and I don't want to take the risk of not being on in time, and that's not good. Okay, here's some more of this beautiful, now this is a light, I can't tell the difference. I don't know which one's Rhapsody Rose. This looks like the one with the dancing fuchsia. This is the one with the dancing fuchsia. The darker one is that Rhapsody Rose. This has that blue in it. So we need something right in here to break that up. And I have the perfect thing. We're gonna see how this works. This is our metallics, only put in varnish, and I'm drizzling it in. I still see a little area of uncovered paint. Uncovered paint. Let's pull that purple a little bit further up. So we want to fix these. Yeah, we got way less paint on this one than the last one. I'm so glad. Okay, let's add some of this Lagoon Metallic. I know I had a dribble there. Sorry, guys. That's what happens in a live. I keep saying that, but it's true. We'll only get better at this. I did talk to a friend of mine, and he's willing to edit some long-form videos. So hopefully in a week or so, you're going to suddenly see one long-form video from me once a week, right? Maybe Friday, and Friday or Sunday. And then these lives. Oops. Well, that's going to be interesting. You saw me dump that. So here I'm trying to stretch, and I'm sitting, I'm not standing. Yeah, that knee replacement, boy, everybody warned me how difficult it was, and I kept poo-pooing them. Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, I'll be fine. I'm fine now. But as a matter of fact, I am so glad I did it. If anybody tries to talk you in or out of it, it's the best thing I ever did. But when they say do the work, they're right, do the work. And I was a little lazy in the beginning. I have some back stuff going on too. And when I started doing the work, yeah, they're right. You have to do the work. You got to do the exercise. There's no way around it. I'm sure a lot of people here have had that. Yep, you got to do the work, Evelyn. Doesn't work otherwise. Well, I just got my sleeve in it. I guess I've officially made a great mess here. Okay, so what we have left, we have this turquoisey cell activator, and we got some white cell activator, and I have the opalite. Now, I'm not going to be sloppy about this. I'm going to try to drizzle that opalite, and then we'll see how much my camera lets you guys go in and see what I'm doing. I'm going to drizzle the opalite. Again, this is when I really wish. Is there one syringe here left from the last lot? Nope. They're all in the other room. They make 30 ml syringes, which are perfect because they just hold 1 ounce. So we're going to kind of squeeze up on this. And I just want to drizzle this opalite all the way through here. Get that spoon off. And give it a drizzle. And then maybe this will be the one place where I actually do my little across the line. Now I see some areas where the paint's not all the way filled in. I see some white areas that need a little white paint here. So much smarter putting on my white first, because then I set my barrier. You know, where am I willing to I realize that hot pig mess down here is going to do something, but you know what? You just kind of have to go with the flow, guys. And then I'm going to put white down here on each side of my seams where there's no paint. You see me do that here. We're already getting reactions, and I haven't even swiped anything. Okay, God help us. God bless us, everyone. I'm Tiny Tim. I know we're past that season, but please be good to me. Okay, now let's try this Titan. It's called Titan Teal in the Vivid Intense, and it's straight Titan Teal with some Australian Floetrol in it. And call me crazy, but I'm actually going to swivel it this way. Boy, I hope there's enough, because I know I'm going to need some for both ends. Okay, let's see how this works. Now, when I had the best luck, I didn't use it this way. I used it upside down and just let gravity make a connection, right? And then pull. Other than I just ran out of room on my table. Yeah, I couldn't get my hand all the way over there. Same thing, we're gonna make a connection and just let it drag. I'm running into a cup of white cell activator with my hand when I do that. Ooh, that's pretty though. I'm liking the color combination so far. And I sure like what this paddle looks like. Okay, again, make the connection and just let gravity drag it. This looks like a tiny bit more needed here because I can always add some of that Laguna to the white for the other side, right? Again, make the connection and just drag. Wow, that's really interesting. You guys see what's happening there? Woohoo. Let me get all my mixing spoons. I have a water receptacle for them. Give me 1 second. I'm going to flip that thing around. Well, I'm sure liking using the lighter cellar activator over the black. I don't know if you can see that reaction. Harissa! Is she in the house? Oh my goodness, Arissa-roo, shall we say Miss New Arissa Bell. Brand new newlywed, rocking out. So, I'm so happy for you, honey. We're thrilled. Love to see you married. Of course, there are people like Fairy Art Mother. Now, I lost track of the years, but she's been with her love of her life for so long. You know, you guys that have these long marriages, I know it's work. So for me to say I envy you sounds kind of vague. You know, it doesn't sound sincere because I didn't put in the work. So, but I do envy you. Part of it's finding the right person at the right time when you're ready. And the love of my life. Yeah. Okay. So it's time to flip this around, guys. What do you think so far? Can you see the reaction so far? You see the sellage happening here? Yes. Okay, I'm going to flip it over because I swiped to the right best. Yes, this is redemption. 29 years. And you, well, you know, we got to be happy too. You know, well, I don't want to go through how horrible it was, but I picked some pretty tough winners. They weren't really winners who didn't deserve me, you know. I think I'm going to get a clean paper towel here just to kind of keep cleaning this up. So what do you guys think? And no one's, I guess everybody's visiting with each other, which is cool. I'll just talk to myself here. That's fine. I'm getting my swipey tool wiped off. I am loving the sparkle that's coming off of that swipey tool. Thank you, sweetheart. Now, because I'm almost out of this, I'm just going to add some of the white that I've already got made, that Amsterdam titanium white. We're punting here. And then I'm going to add some of the Vibrant Aqua, right? That was the first color that was sent out a sample to everybody. Yeah, they are, Arissa. Let's see what 1 drop does. 1 drop of Vibrant Aqua in white cell activator. And what is it going to give me? It's going to be probably a different turquoise. Oh, it's not too far off. Look at that. Hey, hey. Vibrant Aqua saved me. 1 drop of Vibrant Aqua in my titanium white cell activator, and looky, looky, looky. Hey there, Art by Sparkle. How you doing, honey? Good to see you. Okay, now let's do it. I got to stand up. We're going to do the next section. Because we got to add a little color down here. We're going to swipe down, and we've got to swipe it before this stuff dries, because this paint's only mixed with the enamel and varnish, so it's going to be fast drying, right? I squiggled that, and I'm wondering if that was the best way to do that, because I kind of need it to feel like it's a flow. Here, just to be safe, I'm going to prime the pump here just a tiny bit. Just make sure there's color on this thingy when I lay it down. Let's prime our pump, right? All right. We just want to make contact. And let it glide. Oh my God. Oh, you can't see it. I wish you could see it. That blue grotto just came up like diamonds. Oh God. Yes. I'm so happy. My redemption swipe. This was Marissa, if you came on late, but this is my redemption swipe. This little spatula is cool. I'll have to find it on Amazon. I bought it a couple years ago, and it's handy because it also has the silicone on it, right? Which means if you try to use it in resin, you're not going to have any problems. Okay, let's make the contact and swipe. Yeah, I like the more individual colors going up, down than having a plethora of colors that go on top. There was a swipe I did on Saturday, and I haven't done swiped or played with resin in quite a few years on camera. And I was a rookie mover, so like everybody else, I used way too much paint when we first start out. I went way over. So, okay, I'm priming my pump a little bit. I put a little bit more here on this thing, right? Just so we know there's enough. Oh, damn it. I keep hitting something here. I'm going to try to put some paint back on because it's scraped off, right? And then see if we can't tilt it down. That's the problem by not having quite enough room. I'm going to scooch this forward. Is you can't complete the move all the way to the end, right? I don't want to screw this up. God, this is turning out pretty. Yeah, I ended up using way too much paint in the first swipes years ago. And I think anytime it did it again, that stupid thing's right there. Anytime, I'm going to have to tilt this. Didn't want to, but if I can tilt some of that paint and fix this section here, I really don't want to re-swipe over it. Because when you see what I'm seeing, come on, baby, is there enough paint there? Damn. I don't think so. Shoot. Okay, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Take a little section. No matter what, it's not going to match all the way down, right? But I don't know if I can get away with just this, just kind of smoothing it off. Nope. I'll have to touch it up with a paintbrush afterwards because I'm not going to ruin this thing by tilting it all the way forward. It really is gorgeous. Okay, so here's the thing. There's silicone in the colors. A thin perpendicular swipe across that edge. Yeah, well, considering I screwed up my last one, I'm kind of sticking with, hey, this looks kind of pretty. Which is where my head is at right now. But if I'm understanding perpendicular, You mean this way? This way. Leave it and paint it when it's dry. I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, because I can always touch it up. And it will still flatten out a bit. I think we're still going to get some settling, maybe. So, so as I said, and many of you missed in the beginning of the video, we've created a page that says Learn from Leslie. And it's got all the live videos hosted on that page so people can go back and learn and, you know, do the recaps and see what we've done. I'm hoping here in this next week, there'll actually be a live that you can go in and notification on and be waiting on, and then I go into that room. We're still trying to get that technology figured out, and it's been giving me some challenges. Like I said, I try to go in. YouTube just isn't really favor starting a scheduled live on your phone. I don't know why, because when they rolled it out, they wanted everybody to do the lives from their phone. So it kind of doesn't make sense. Anyway, look at this thing's developing. Yep, it's developing. So recap, we used what? Rhapsody Rose. Let's see, what did we use here? A barrier. What I did was I put in the white up to here and the white up to here. So in my mind, I knew how far out I was going to take my paint, right? Yeah, I won't touch it, I promise. I didn't want to take my paint. And I'd love to show you more about how this, hey, Kathleen. Oh, you just got from your doctor's appointment. If you could see these little butterfly cells that are popping up and they're sparkling like little diamonds, I'd show you, but as soon as I pick up this wet piece, it's going to mess it up. And we can try to see how far over this thing rolls, but it's not going to roll very far for me to, without you seeing my shadow of my phone on there, huns. Sorry about that. I am going to resin this, I will tell you that, because I can already see, God, kid, this is the part with the live. No, a barrier coat. No, I didn't mean that. I just meant that I made, in the first swipe, I had all my color laid out and then ran out of room to put the white. In this one, I made sure I had put in how far I wanted my white to go on each end. So I knew where to stop with my color. And I'm happy with the amount of color on this canvas. Even though, yeah, it's crazy, creating this interesting pattern in the middle because the swipe touch areas really didn't touch. So they're kind of reacting to themselves. I didn't actually do the traditional swipe where it's touching on that middle line from both sides. But, yeah, I can already tell I'll be able to resin this. And it's really sparkly. So, hey, a permanent fixture on chrome. As I said, I was standing up. Yep. So I want to thank you guys for joining me and bearing with me on my redemption swipe. I'm going to try to do the same thing with the resin. Oh, thank you so much. It does have plenty of pink for your taste, Princess Jasmina's mommy. Yes, because we know Princess Jasmina's mommy loves pink. Yeah, so the 35% off, that's not the whole deal. Celebrate 23 is 23% off. That ends on the night of the 8th, whenever that thing falls off. The free gift with the metallic set ends on the night of the 8th. We're just going to make sure we're consistent. The sale on the PrizmPour and the primary elements also will end on the 8th. And when you type in the Celebrate 23, because they're already marked down 12%, that's where you save 35. You're going to get 35% off of your PrizmPour and your primary elements. I'm so glad. This is very springy, this piece that I'm looking at. I'm so excited. It's way different. I mean, oh, I've got it. already put that thing aside. I was going to show you the first one was so dark. Thank you guys for joining me. Hugs and kisses. See you next time. What's today's Thursday? I'll see you Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon Eastern. In the meantime, I'll be good to each other and happy color play. We'll get used to that term, right? Bye, guys. Mwah.